Hello, friends, and welcome to episode 38 of Modded Minecraft Survival with me, SkitzTGPG.
I made a thing! This is called Moving Elevators. It is a mod that makes moving elevators. So this is the elevator controller. This basically acts as whatever the floor is. Each one of these needs to be directly underneath or above its companion in order to form floors. You can set the name of the floor, you can set the cabin size, and you can set the speed. I have it to 0.3 right now, just for demonstration purposes. But you can press the button to bring it to the floor, up or down depending. There's no lower floor right now, which is why that's grayed out. And we have 4 floors already. So let's show you the. We go up. We have this floor. Some warning lights that there's mobs coming. I got a lot of like internal sort of designs going on. It's pretty nice. I played with my console a little bit, which sounds dirty, but isn't. And we have a screen monitoring the dimensional cell power, so we can tell when the levels are too low. And the rest of it's just sort of tidied up, made better, made cleaner. Lots of room for activities in here. Not a lot of utilized space. So we're gonna play with that. But yeah, this is where the Ender Pearl farm thing I had once upon a time was, and I turned it into a full-blown elevator shaft. But that's not really what I wanted to focus on today. That was sort of a in-between thing that I thought you guys would think is neat. Hopefully I was correct. But that's not what I want to focus on. What I want to focus on is the Pillager War. The problem with that is, let's say I do what I was hinting towards doing and make a boat and go out and sink some more pillager ships. What's to stop the pillagers from showing up here again and just slaughtering them all when I'm not here? Exactly. Not a lot. So, we're gonna do something about that. We're gonna build some village defenses. I don't know if we're gonna get to the actual defenses today, but we are gonna get into the mod that's gonna let us build them. And that's immersive engineering. We play with it a little bit. Made our windmills that aren't windmills at all. But I want to improve the power production, and I'll tell you why. I want the town to have more power. The devices I'm going to be making use more power. We can barely run those damn lanterns with what we've got up there. And our base's power is a constant frustration to begin with. We don't need to also connect it to the whole town. So, we're going to look into better alternatives. So to start, this... We need some... It's like proper dark, isn't it? I should go to bed, clear this weather up. Alright. So, we have a solution, a situation here, right? But it's not ideal. It's very rudimentary. So I'm gonna just landscape real quick. Hello, Mr. Raccoon. You're a good boy. We're gonna just claim this area real quick to make sure that the creepers don't blow it up. There we go. And we're gonna... I do plan on like cleaning this up and turning it into a full and proper complex. Just, you know, not right now. Right now, I just want to get the basics done. These are windmills, 3 of them. If we turn the shaders off, you can see them. Chug, chug, chugging. So that's fun. So next up, we're going to hang out with our little raccoon friend and build some devices. Firstly, what I want to do is make medium voltage stuff. So we have low voltage wires coming down and powering the base. Or the town, right? So those lanterns are on. Low voltage, however, not great. Not great. Doesn't travel fast, doesn't power much. I want to step it up because, like I said, turrets and other defensive mechanisms and stuff like that, I'm sure they're going to need more power. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make 2 machines that are going to help us do that. I'm going to show you some of the basics we're working towards here. So I'll explain the voltages real quick. Grab my tome here, and we'll switch to the engineer's manual. And we're going to go to power, wires. We're going to see this diesel generator. Biodiesel is the preferred fuel, which we are going to use, but we're not ready to build this yet. What we are ready to build, however, are 2 machines we need to make the fuel for it. We'll start with the fermenter. The fermenter is a multi-block structure that extracts ethanol from certain fruits, grains, and vegetables through a fermenting process. The structure is built, items can be imported. Following list shows various items that can be fermented into ethanol. So honey bottles going to be our preferred go-to, but I haven't seen any bees. Like, I haven't seen any bees. Have you seen bees? I didn't think so. Where does one find bees? We'll worry about that later, because for right now, we can use glowberries. And it just so happens that we're next to a forest full of the friggin' things. Ah! Come on out into the sun, champ! Yeah, all of a sudden that's up. And just like that, he's stoned. So, let's see. So we have some glowberries, which are important fuel for the ethanol thing. So let's get that started. We don't need a ton right now. This is just for demonstrative purposes, you see. Because I plan on building like a whole little place up here to house a lot of this stuff safely. But right now, like I said, demonstrative purposes. So we have the glowberries. So now we're going to build this sucker. So we need 2 light engineering blocks. Going to need a lot of iron, which is going to need... Alright. Light engineering block is also going to require these iron mechanical components. 6 steel scaffolding. We need iron rods for that. Or, excuse me, steel rods. All this iron we're burning through? This is why I was down in the mine getting chased by everything under the fucking sun last episode. We needed iron. Okay, 2 fluid pipes, and then it goes out 1 more. So, looks like it for the scaffolding and the fluid pipes. Then a cauldron goes up there. And then, hypothetically, if we hit this with our hammer... Boop, I have done it wrong somehow. Oh. There we go. I built it a little funky, but that's alright. That's alright. So, you'll see this has slots for items, and then this will show us what it can make. So, this device makes ethanol. Ethanol is one of the pieces, one of the ingredients we need to make biofuel. So, we got this. We're going to put glowberries in it, because they're one of the better alternatives. But it's not going to run until it gets power. So, let's get power to it. The problem is, I doubt low voltage is going to cut it. I doubt low voltage is going to cut it. And we can't just connect low voltage to it and hope for the best. We got to build something called a transformer. And the transformer will turn our low voltage into medium voltage. But we need wires. And we do that with this. So we're going to want a lot of this, because medium voltage uses a ton of electrum. So I'm just going to make a healthy amount. We'll call it 50. Used up my hammer. My hammer! so that we can make this. And there's one more piece we need, and that is the electrical component, the electronic component. So we're going to grab the pieces we need to make that. We don't need the blueprint because we have one down at the base. So there's one other thing I want to do to make traversing all of this nonsense easier. And we're going to make some travel anchors. First one we're going to put right here. We're going to call it power plant. Lock it in. Nothing nearby to use, so we're going to have to add one more. We're going to put it at Bernard's place, I think. Bernard Smithy. Don't you give me an attitude. Huh? There we go. Now we can blip around. Helpful to cover a lot of distance quickly. So let's go to our engineering table here. Throw all this in. Grab the electronic component. Now let's zip back up. Here we go. And now we can make a transformer. Now this can take our low voltage and convert it to medium voltage. And vice versa, it's worth noting. For now, though, we're going to just try and get medium voltage to flow over here. So we're going to need... goes right there. I'm pretty sure. So that's that. So what we're going to want to do then is set up another post. Okay, so now we have low voltage relay. We want a transformer. I'm just going to... Will that work? That might just. So now we're going to grab some wires. So now we have low voltage flowing in and transferring into middle voltage. And okay, the lights are still on, which is nice because this isn't really putting power anywhere. But betcha, if we were to connect this to it. Yeah, don't know how I'm feeling about the levitation and the double jump that makes you jump forward. Don't know how I feel about that. See, that's what I'm talking. Dude, this is not a hard freaking concept. Okay. So now let's grab the insulated middle voltage and connect it to that. And ideally, yes, look, see? Full power. The question is, are the lanterns lit? They are. Cool, so low voltage is still going there. But now this has power. And so what this does is transfers plants into ethanol. So you hear it running? Yeah, boy. And it's converting it all into ethanol. Y'all. Like I said, we need ethanol and we need plant soil or plant oil to make the biodiesel. So now we're going to make that other device, the refinery. That's it for those two pieces. Now what? Got it. So the redstone on the bottom right, and then just bring those up another level. And if we hit this with our hammer, we should get... Hey! Opa! Now we have a refinery with which to refine and such like. I'm willing to bet that that's the plug-in for power. So we're going to take a medium volt wire connector, pop it on there. I'm going to grab some wire coil here. And now that's connected and powered. Look at that. So both of our fancy pantsy machines are powered. So now what we've got is our low voltage power flowing into our transformer, getting converted to medium voltage power, and going to both of these slightly more complicated machines. Now, we need our coal coke oven. Let's get the rest of the creosote out of there. Now we give it a good old smack with our hammer. Boop. Look at that. Cool. Let's get some more coal in there. Most refinery processes require to produce biodiesel, combine equal parts plant oil and ethanol. So this is what will take our plant oil and ethanol and combine it into biodiesel. We'll want the nitrate dust as well. Before we look into that, let's look at the squeezer, because that's what's going to help us get the plant oil. So now the squeezer is going to help us make the stuff we need with the junk. Industrial hemp's going to yield the best, and fortunately for us, we have a crap ton. Okay, 3 barrels, and then another light. So we'll put the light. Barrel, barrel, barrel. So that's the finished product, so I should be able to just... Yeah! Can it make nut milk? Probably not. I don't need nut milk. I need plant oil. So how does this do the thing with the stuff now? 2 hatches in the back. So I just throw hemp seeds in there and see what happens? It does have a power store, so we do need to plug it in. Look at that. And now this is powered as well. So if we take some seeds... Oh, it is working. Okay. It's just quiet. That's fine, I guess. But, oh yeah, I can see the little piston going up and down. Neat. But it's making plant oil. Now, plant oil and ethanol can combine to make biodiesel, which we need to make the better power. Okay, we got some work to do. So we'll make 9 radiator blocks. 9, that's frustrating. With 3 left over for some fucking reason. And now we have a check mark for that. 4 generator blocks. That could be... Oh my god. Yo, dog, I heard you liked Electrum, so I made an Electrum for your Electrum so you could Electrum while you Electrum. And now we can make generator block. And how many did it say we needed? 4. So we'll use all 4 of those. 13 heavy engineering blocks. Ow. Okay, we're rocking 6. We need 14. There we are. Now we can build the damn thing. So we have check marks all down. So now, let's see what this looks like. This is complicated. That's a lot of building. All right. Okay, so got it. Last radiator block. That's 3 of these. Hey, that's all the blocks. Is that it? Yep. Okay. Now we just take our handy-dandy hammer. Bad for the environment, baby. You know it. Look at this. Pretty nice. Now, I want to build one more thing. And that's a... shit. That's a shit. No, it's a high voltage accumulator. So maybe we'll do that next episode. We'll let this keep building up. We need a lot of resources anyway. So I'll let this stuff build up between episodes, and we'll jump back into it a little bit later when we have the resources to spare and the time. And then we'll be able to get the diesel generator filled. Then we'll be able to plug it into our wired network. And then what we'll do is we'll plug it into a high voltage accumulator and then transport it on high voltage. And then when it gets to the places it needs to go, we'll put transformers down and transfer them either to medium or low voltage, depending on what they need. So That's probably the plan. Yeah, so we've got the refinery, the fermenter. Oh, that's the fermenter. The refinery, the fermenter, the squeezer, the coke oven, and the diesel generator, all in one ep. That's not bad. Plus a quick and dirty crash course on Transformers. More than meets the eye. Okay, so that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Thanks so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. I hope you had some fun. I know I sure as shit did. Look forward to seeing you in the next episode, where we continue working with immersive engineering. So that's the plan. So I'll get to work on that. But in the meantime, take care of yourself. Okay? Okay. Good. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have gone several days, really. I've gone an entire episode without seeing my Grundle once. And you know how unnatural that is for me. So actually, it's the weirdest, I would have expected I would dismount on top of the tree. Focus. I'm gonna go find my Grundle.